Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle here at the Renaissance Shop at the Lake Sunapee VNA and Hospice on Newport Road in New London. And I'm excited to be joined by Jim Culhane, who's the president and CEO of the VNA. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Abby. It's nice
Thanks
to see
for having us and hosting us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, you're no stranger to us here, so we're happy to have you.
We've chatted once or twice.
Yeah.
You're right.
And so this is a big year for the VNA.
Is.
You're celebrating 50 years.
Yes.
That's a long time.
It's a really long time. So 50 years, the community's had the benefit of Lake Sunapee VNA. We've changed a lot over 50 years. To give you a little perspective, in 1970, which is when the VNA began providing services, we serviced roughly 8-ish towns.
Okay.
And I think we had 1 or 2 nurses that were working.
Really, that's it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So now, as of 2020, we service about 32 towns and we have almost 200 employees.
Wow.
So we have grown substantially in 50 years.
Substantially, services, locations, the range of services. Yeah, that's huge.
The scope of services, we had, when we had begun, we were really just a basic nursing service. Now we run everything from nursing to speech therapy, physical therapy, occupational therapy. We run several small respite programs, grant programs. It is extensive.
Extensive, absolutely. And so 50 years is huge for any business or organization. Sure. But you have been such a staple to this area. And so how's the VNA planning on celebrating 50 years in the community?
So we have a number of different events that are going to be occurring. I should plug, first and foremost, we have our summer gala, which will be August 19th, which is probably our largest event.
Okay.
In addition to that, we're going to actually be scattering through the year a number of smaller events, both for staff as well as for the community, which will be continuing to promote, or starting to promote, I guess, probably in the coming weeks and months, all of which can be found on our website.
Okay.
So there will be a number of different things that we take advantage of, but we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a big year to celebrate.
It is, yeah.
And you are always hiring, too. I see your sign out on Newport Road, and employment's so good right now, but you need employees. You need people to serve your patients.
It is really hard to find qualified and quality staff right now. Healthcare is struggling, and it doesn't pertain just to the VNA.
Sure.
The hospitals that we partner with are struggling as well. Finally, finding good nurses or therapists or home health aides is getting harder and harder. You know, there's a pro and con to having a very employed economy and employed community. A lot of people have jobs, but that makes it harder for us to find quality and qualified people. So it is an ongoing conversation and struggle to make sure we can get the right people on board.
Because you want to make sure you can service everybody that contacts the VNA.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we've been very fortunate. It's not to say we haven't had our challenges, but we've been very fortunate. We continue to promote and grow. We have not been in any type of position where we've had to restrict or curtail services because of staffing. So we've been really fortunate in that regard. And I think primarily that's really focused on, we've spent a lot of time and energy in developing the culture of the VNA. And in developing the culture, we've really wanted to create an organization that people want to work for. People want to be there. And we've all been in positions in our lives where we've really enjoyed driving into work, or we haven't enjoyed driving into work.
Yes.
And we've really set about, we've put a lot of effort and energy, especially in the past 12 to 18 months, to really make as robust of a culture and staff supportive culture as possible. And I think that's been probably the key driver and reason why we've been successful from a staffing standpoint thus far.
And looking forward into the future, what's the next 25, 50 years hold for the VNA?
Boy, I'll tell you, that's probably contingent on what healthcare is going to do.
Right.
And the reality is the needs of individuals continue to increase. We're an older state.
Right.
The most recent statistics you hear is we're roughly the second oldest state in the nation. And as such, the needs of the community continue to increase.
Right.
That in conjunction with how hospitals operate, which is they have much shorter length of stays than they had 5 or 10 years ago. That means home care is being more heavily relied upon in order to provide services to people that might have otherwise been in homes, nursing homes, or in hospitals. So we're finding the complexity and the skills that are required from a nurse or a physical therapist is much more advanced than it used to be. And I think that's going to continue. I think a majority of people would prefer to receive care in their homes rather than a facility. And I think from a cost management standpoint, it's much more cost effective to provide care in homes than it is in a hospital setting. So I think what we're going to continue to see is a continued expansion of services, not just for Lake Sunapee VNA, but for home care
overall.
in general. Yeah.
Jim, congratulations on 50 years
Exciting.
and just so much wonderful success here at the VNA, and thank you for hosting us for 2 weeks.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime, Abby. Great to see you.